Party all night is the best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew, it's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Rog Smuve and Lowe's Rumble. Aldo NICE is the uncle.
Those who know. I guess those who don't. But my job is pretty, taxing. We work long fucking hours. So usually we work like 10 hours. So pretty much my little compadres to the left and right of me, I usually running with them all day to kill some time, and just to get a good laugh or whatever. And they some girls. And so pretty much I brought to their attention, what do they feel about man weaves or man tops or whatever you call them things? And this brings me to my next point. I was pretty surprised what my girls told me. And I was pretty excited to the fact that they had some reality. Because them girls stay with the weaves, they stay with the wigs. So the question I asked them was, if the old man came with the man weave, would you start fucking with him? And all their responses was, I wear my weave, so why can't he? And I'm like, damn, I'm surprised. Because I thought they would have been like, man, I ain't fucking with that. And I gotta throw out a little disclaimer. I'm not thinking about getting no man weave. I'm rocking the baldy.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man, Aldo NICE.
It's your boy, Rog Smuve.
Wow, it's your boy, Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
Let's, sometimes people will come in your face. Mm-hmm. No, pause.
What?
Pause. Sometimes people will step to your face.
How many times people came in your face before?
Sometimes people will step up in your face.
Never happened to me.
And bald head lied to you. Rumble just bald head lied to y'all people. Bald face, bald head lied to y'all. He is not so secretly thinking about getting a man weave.
Duh.
I could believe that.
Listen. Have you seen the transformation?
It's real.
Say, bruh, I watched a dude go from looking like he's 64 to 22.
I feel like in the community of my community of friends, I turned everybody on to man weaves. Shout out. This podcast is brought to you by oh God, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. I've been telling everybody Bilko. I am Bilko. This podcast is brought to you by I am Bilko. I was walking through the mall one day. Now you take this story how you will. We was outside in Cypress, and I had a hat on, and I guess dude might have thought I was hat fishing or whatever. I just saw a black dude with a beard, and he says, he looked at me and he was like, "Hey man, who cut your hair?" And I was like, "Oh, my dude in A-Leaf." He was like, "Well, I just came out here. I need I'm just letting you know I cut hair. If you know anybody around here," he gave me his card, and I looked him up on social, and he called himself like the King of Beards. But then he was the first person I saw who was bringing boys back to life with that man weave. Mm-hmm. And I showed everybody the page because it was so stunning and outstanding what's going on.
Yeah. It's a phenomenon, man, actually.
I saw it on like Vice News Tonight recently.
Dude had it's a dude who does seminars about those things.
Bilko does seminars too.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like the process, and it's actually really not that bad.
But it's expensive.
Yeah, it's $3-something. But it's every
they said
4 months?
They said it can last anywhere from 1 week to 6 months.
Yeah,
that's a big time frame.
Yeah, let me get that 6 months. Like how much? I wonder if it's a difference in price between 6 months and 1 week.
I think it's like with everything else, Raj. I think it's how you take care of it. You could buy them J's, cut and then go jump in the mud with them.
Yeah,
like. If you get that man weave and you take that thing off and wash it and put it back, I don't know if you can take it off and put it back.
You can't hoop for 6 months.
Can't
no. Yes, you can.
If you gotta hoop with a do rag like them.
I was just about to say that. You gotta have a do
with a beard do rag
or a stapler.
No, but they got some hair glue that had your glue. You can glue down one at a time. And just because he said you come back from upkeep, you still gotta get your size tapered and stuff too, and blend it.
Okay.
The weave not gonna grow, so what if this part get
you're right. Like what if just your little Sherman Helmsley on the side
grow
start
crazy,
growing?
and then your weave cut perfect, your line is straight. It's a lot to go into that.
Oh my God, that shit look like a bird nest.
Yeah.
All the side of your hair grow, and then the cut my hair.
Or they say if you're a big sweater, like you sweat a lot, and then that glue get the dripping down or something, or you get the cheap glue. You ain't want to go buy the $40 glue or $20 glue.
Well, I get that sew in me. I wouldn't get that glue in.
But
you can't get that sew in. No, they don't. They can't sew that in. That's your head. They have to sew that in straight to your head.
What I mean is, I used to get my hair braided. I walked into a salon once to get my hair braided, and this woman walked in to get her hair braided, and she was so embarrassed, and I couldn't realize why she was so embarrassed. She sat down in the chair next to me, and it was all women in there but me getting my hair braided. And then they took that woman top off, and she had that Sherman Helmsley. She had the whole middle missing, and I could tell why she was embarrassed. No, I swear to God. I swear to God on everything.
No way.
It was a huge bald spot right in the middle of her head.
She had alopecia.
She had something. But then that woman put like a little, her hair stylist put like a little net on her hair. And then start sewing like a hair, like start sewing, weaving across like left and right. And then put the hair. So that's when I realized after that to kind of feel how people got weave.
It's a quick weave.
Well, okay, maybe. And then you could tap the top of a little chick head.
Yeah, and wouldn't even know.
And you'll feel it. Because you can feel them braids under the hair. If you feel like some braids under the hair, then it's like, she got weave. It's so in. But then I also used to teach. And those kids, like the little girls in the hood school, they used to have them glue-ins. And I didn't see little girls sharing weave. Like taking pieces of weave out and then having to glue with them at school. And then putting it in their friend hair, like in the bathroom. Going share the weave. Yeah. Disgusting.
Hey, we taught it. You know what we taught it. So, and know what street we taught off of.
So, Raj, I wasn't saying I'm going to get that sew-in, really. I just meant the sew-in version of the man hair.
Yeah, you don't want to share. You don't want to share glue off your head. In other words.
Yeah, I don't want to share glue to my head.
I guess for me, the thing.
I tell you this.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know. I don't know if y'all boys know, but I didn't had that man weave before.
With them braids?
When I had the little braids on the top of my head when we went to LA a couple of years ago.
No.
I had a little weave in there.
They put a little extra hair now?
I'm getting a little thin in the top, so I couldn't just have I couldn't be thin in LA. So I had to get a little bit of that man weave.
Hey. I mean, in LA is the place for it.
I guess so. You want out of town, you don't know nobody.
Did anybody try to dance on you?
They could have danced on me. But no, but I
meant dance on you, a la.
You can't do that, man, like that.
I didn't say no names. I didn't say no names. I don't know, Rumble.
Very small town, LA.
Right? So, I don't know, Rumble. This story sounds a little suspect. Yeah. I know. I don't know if y'all know this. We got loyal listeners. I know y'all know we got
big facts. We do.
And shout out to all the loyal listeners.
Every last one of y'all.
Appreciate y'all checking in with us every week.
Big fact.
Listening every week, giving us feedback, buying merch. Y'all are the reason we do it. Yeah. We wouldn't do this every week if we didn't have y'all listening for it.
Big fact.
But I think that Rumble is a part of the team, but at the same time, I feel like Rumble might be the most loyal listener too. Because he hits me back the minute I drop it. Like, man, I was just listening to the I dropped it 15 minutes ago while I'm on minute 14.
Yeah, I ain't like what y'all had said with that nigga Los had.
So Rumble realistically might be the first one to hear this. So I'm just letting you know, Rumble. Look, we didn't mean nothing by it.
No, it's okay though. I mean,
but the girls told you it was fine.
Go on, get your glory back, bro.
I say you be the first one to let it all hang out, man.
I think the very next
and be done with it. Like get that pawpaw. Get like that. Get that Rick Fox. Get something real curly and
get something nice.
Get some good hair.
Don't listen to that boy.
Yeah, get that Miguel.
I want you to look like a black Frenchman.
Yeah, don't get that Frenchie. Get you a regular little cut, man, and get you some little taper.
No, shut up.
A couple of parts, man.
Get you that Nick Young. Not Nick Young. What's the other one? Who? Matt Barnes. Get you a Matt Barnes.
If you gonna do that, he might get that Colin Sexton.
Stop it. Not the Colin Sexton.
I had braids coming up. I never got weed on I ain't had no.
But we was young though. You didn't need it when you was young.
I ain't had no hang time.
At this point, I think we all might need a little extra if we was going with.
I need a little something on the front. I just need to bring my hairline out a little bit.
If they make it for a full beard, I'm pretty sure they got that Beijing too. That Beijing will get you right. That little shit they put in the corner.
I done been on the end of that Beijing before.
You know they call Graham Star in the barbershop, they call him Beijing Black. Like on all bullshit aside. But it's because he used to live in China. Not because of that, but it's kind of because of that. Because they was laughing, talking. They always ask him if he want that Beijing when he go to my barber.
Oh, nah, it just depends. My barber, he just hit me with it out the blue. He just be like, here.
All of a sudden he come with his business card and put it on my head. That's usually how it happened with me. He just all of a sudden got a business card on my head, and I'm like, well, okay, it's that Beijing. I get it.
Oh, you want people to... Yeah, okay.
See, I always feel like when they do that, he trying to correct the haircut. So if he starts spraying my hairline, I'm mad. Like, nah, I don't want that. He can paintbrush my beard so I won't look like I'm 90. But don't be trying to correct no haircut over here, bro. The hairline ain't going. It ain't moving up none.
Speaking of beard products, real soon, me and Rumble actually been in the lab, so be on the lookout for it. Yeah, we relaunching a brand of beard oils that been sitting on a shelf for a while. So be on the lookout for that. Early 2019, maybe late 2018. We don't know the name yet. We kicking around some stuff, but we in the factory.
BFW beards.
Something in the factory, man. It's gonna be exclusive of BFW. It's a whole nother brand that Rumble gonna be launching up with Nice. So
that brings me to my next point.
It might be called it. that might be what it's called. But yeah, man. So let's hop into real quick with Burn My Boudin, because we got a couple things that we want to talk about this week. First thing that Burn My Boudin is just cultural swag. I mean, more specifically, cultural slang. Let's just say regional slang. I don't like when people say words that they say where they from. Like, I don't like hanging out with somebody from Detroit and they say, man, I just had me some pop and it was really good. Dog, it's cold drink. It's Coke. Regardless what it is, it's Coke. I don't want to hear about, oh man, I bought me these live sneakers. Dog, they tennis. Regardless, they tennis.
But you say, you talk how you from. How you gonna tell people they can't talk that way?
I just don't want them to talk to me.
But you talk to people that way.
That's messed up. I
kind of like the way we talk is right.
I think it's kind of funny.
Okay.
You think it's funny when people do it?
I think it's funny when they say pop. I think sneakers is uber correct. Like, I think when people say, yeah, man, I just bought a new pair of sneakers, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I know what that is.
Oh.
Well, I don't know why
universally.
They say he gonna sneak hers.
I don't know why when they say I got my Vans on, but I look like sneakers. They look like sneakers. Like, what does that even mean?
Vans, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot. If there's a rap verse, there's a lot of rap verses that make no sense.
I thought it was a hook, but still, it's like, I think in the Bay Area they call them things Kicks. Don't they have a whole movie called Kicks, which is a really good movie?
Big fact.
I like Kicks a lot.
I think that's the beauty of it. Why you get mad at people for that?
You could call them Kicks.
Geographic.
I don't like sneakers.
It's okay.
Why not sneakers?
You talk how you talk.
Let me tell you one that just gets a little bit. It kind of goes to the absurd. Sometimes we like to talk absurdity. So I guess what term y'all use for popping trunk? Where y'all from, man? Another way of saying that is passing gas. What word do y'all use where you grew up at?
We passed.
I never heard popping trunk. I could tell you that much.
Well, we used to say pop trunk in college because it's just funny. I mean, it's just a funnier way to say it.
I farted.
That's what you say? I say that again out loud.
Farted.
Okay. What you say, Raj?
Break wind.
Boy, shut up. What did people say around you growing up? And I'm interested in this because I'm from where you from, and I want to know if we called it the same thing amongst our little kids that you did amongst you and your little kid friends.
We never had a slang. It was always you fought.
Exactly. you fight.
You farted.
People in like that I go around say they hate the word fight. They like it's fart. No, you farted.
Boy, you stink.
Couldn't you fart?
Man, you know, who farted? I told the kids the other day, who farted in here, man?
I was trying to see where you was going. with that.
I know.
So I know it's fought. So here's my hierarchy. Fought and then fart. But if anybody says pooted, that's the worst to me.
You remember Tim Mama, Graham Star Mama used to say, his podcast brought to you by Ed Club. She used to say punt.
I don't remember that.
That's why that man was a kicker in college. Because his mama used to say stop punting. And that man just wanted to punt all the time.
To punt. I refuse not to punt, mama.
It's fourth down. I'm going for it. Punting. No punting, man.
Hey, I was in the... Never mind.
Punt. You hate punt?
I was about to say somebody lying today. Hey, you ever been in the bathroom with somebody that you know how men, we don't care about what we fought at or whatever. So you be in the bathroom, you might be in a stall and dude be peeing, and he might know you're in there, so he be singing and he fought, right?
Well, you're supposed to fight when you pee by yourself in the bathroom.
Yeah, so he didn't know I was in there, he fought today. But this dude just happened to be, I guess, a homosexual. That's the correct term we use.
Let's go with that, because we not going to get caught in any kind of
I might want to host the Oscars one day.
So he was a homosexual?
What'd you say, Raj?
I said I might want to host the Oscars one day. So
exactly. I ain't got time to be.
Oh, even the BET Awards.
Gotcha.
But so he had father, right? And I know he's a known homosexual because he just got married to a dude.
Oh, here you go.
And
I know what this story.
They had his party yesterday, right? His little shower, whatever, at the job. So when he farted, instead of, when you fart, be like, right? He was just like,
I mean, I knew that's where you was going with it.
And all I could think about was that boy celebrated.
Okay, so no, stop. Okay, I'm over it. We're not laughing at that. I'm not laughing at that. This is only Los is the only person laughing at that. And the views.
That boy had a great time last night. You don't think so?
The views expressed.
Man had fun last night, man.
So I saw 50 Cent post something about, 50 Cent post something yesterday, and it was two boys in the room kissing, and the mama walked in and was like, "Oh no, I seen you. I know what y'all was doing." She was crying, and then she hit the floor, and then she crawled out the room mad because two little boys was kissing. I mean, it was like not little boys. They look like some football playing, grown like 17, 18-year-old black men. And in the comments, one of the people said, "Grow up, 50. It's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with being gay. It's 2018. Grow up." In the comments, under that comment was like, "Fuck no, it ain't okay, B." Bitch, no, it ain't good. Ain't nothing live about that. Y'all gross. And I was like, damn.
Hey, man.
I was like, that's how people really come at gay. Like, so there's a hierarchy of like people making jokes about gay stuff and then people being really, really mean and homophobic. I feel like that's mean and homophobic to be like, you can't, fuck no, everything wrong with that. You can't be gay.
Nah, you just can't tell people how to feel about it though. If I want my child to be gay, that's okay. Just like nobody wants their kid to be fat. That don't mean I don't like fat people. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your kid to be ugly, but that don't mean you don't like ugly people. So you not wanting your child to be gay, don't mean you don't like homosexuals or punks.
In that all punks. We get into that Kevin Hart in a second. Because I'm put a pin in it. We're coming right back to this. The only other thing that burned my Boudin this week is people with big for nothing cars. We was pulling in front of Old Navy the other day, and this truck, he was in a monster truck with like some 50-inch wheels, and he got out and he started like sweeping up some glass on the ground to get out the way when he was pulling up because he didn't want to run over the glass. And it got me to thinking. One time we was in a car on a road trip, and a comforter and a box spring came off the back of a truck in the middle of the street.
That's probably me.
And this Hummer was behind it. And the Hummer just didn't break stride. Just ran over them shits and broke them into a million pieces. Just splattered them, rolled over. And it's like, that Hummer could have like veered off to the right or the left and been like, "Oh, I don't want to run over that," and then flipped over and then everybody could have died. But guess what that Hummer did? Nah, I got a Hummer. I like watching people who got like pickup trucks if it's a traffic jam and they just get off the road and go over the median and ride over some stuff. That you got that kind of car. Do that. I don't like people who got big cars but then act like they big for nothing.
Okay, that should burn your Boudin.
It burned like. Recently, I found out things about cars burn my Boudin a lot. So, like that other thing with the license plate, I've seen it a bunch since I said it. So,
yeah,
it's a real thing.
Refresh my memory about the license plate thing.
That old cars with the paper license plates
with the paper license.
Mm-hmm. But
since you're talking about that, I don't know if you saw my snap a couple of days ago, maybe a week or so ago, but there was a dude in a car and it had ATTSUP. And that was his license plate. And I was like, I really hope that this dude isn't a supervisor at AT&T. Because
AT&T's up. It's up.
AT&T's up.
Underscore.
Is that what you think he meant? AT&T supervisor.
I think he was a supervisor at AT&T. I really think so.
No, because it would have said APP MST
The master.
APLMSR.
The master. That boy say dead. What do you say? Dead this conversation right now.
Kill it.
Kill it.
Kill this conversation right now, man. So another Burned My Boudin last week when I talked about, I just want to make it a point that I received this same text 2 times this week. And this is why I say I love fans, man. I love people who listen to the show and then give us feedback on stuff that we said. Like, you remember I said last week the thing about how US, I've been getting mail and the mail's been all jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been facts. And it's been documented. Like, I had something that was supposed to come last Monday. It didn't come till this Tuesday. And they were still like, it's going to be delivered. They didn't give me anything. Anyway, 2 people sent me this meme that dropped this week. It says, UPS tracking. Your package is in X City, USA on a truck driven by Bob and will be at your door at 2:37 p.m. FedEx, your package is coming. You'll get it when we give it to you. USPS. You ordered something? Question mark. So that's how it be, man. USPS they don't even. Post office don't care.
What you gonna do? Stop ordering shit? No.
I just never had that experience. I don't know. I get a lot of stuff from Amazon, and I don't have that experience. One, I don't even know who's delivering it.
Amazon be fine though. Amazon be good. It's just that.
But you don't ever order stuff from the post office.
No,
like,
I drop things off. I drop off all of my
office?
best friend weekend stuff with the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And I always have trouble coming from the distributor. Shout out. This podcast is brought to you by One Embroidery Fresh, who does all of our printing needs at this point. I'm always having issues getting to and from there, and other little stupid stuff. It might be my neighborhood. It might be the fact that I beef with the dude. But hey, it is what it is, man. I said I put a pin in it. Let's come back to it. Kevin Hart controversy. It hit right out as the podcast dropped last Friday, so it's pretty much a week old. But we want to give it its just due before we get into some other stories that we really wanted to talk about this week. You guys was just talking about just different things in that regard. Basically, it was outcry over previous anti-gay tweets and comments that Kevin Hart made during stand-up routines probably about 10 years ago. And they said some of the tweets were feverishly deleted last Thursday. And he said he had an Instagram video where he said he didn't want like all kind of stuff, but it all led to him stepping down as the host of the what? Yeah, I mean, Oscars, Grammys. Which one was it?
Right?
The Oscars.
The Oscars.
One of them
Okay.
shits.
Oscars so white. So anyway, it is what it is. So some of the things that he deleted in 2011, he said, "Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm gonna break it over his head and say in my voice, stop, that's gay." You might be the most homophobic. Why are Los laughing at all this? Anyway,
That's funny.
he said something. I don't even think it was all that funny. He said someone looked like a gay billboard for AIDS and called another person a fat fag. And
that's regular.
all those things came out, and whatever. And then they wanted to backtrack. Some people came out and said, "Hey, you need to get rid of it." A lot of the questions I saw all over the internet were, why didn't y'all just Google the hell Kevin Hart was before you offered him this job?
Okay.
Like,
Fair enough.
You should have known exactly who Kevin Hart was.
No, they did. I feel like they did know. They knew that. It just people don't care until you get the backlash.
Okay.
That's the only time they start caring. People know. Just like if like the dude, dudes in the NFL be beating women. You knew that dude was a what I'm saying?
Hunt?
Yeah, any of them.
No.
You know that. You know what that man is.
But
Until people like, oh no,
Los,
that's wrong.
I don't think that people necessarily knew. I think that that people just find stuff, like sometimes somebody just stumble upon something and then that's it. Because whenever he said it, I don't remember Kevin Hart getting backlash from that. Like even watching the stand up, like I remember watching the stand up with multiple people, and it wasn't like, oh, that's messed up. I'm leaving the movie theater or wherever I watched it at. Like, I just think that somebody just found that or whatever, it just stumbled upon. Like people are just looking for a reason to just crucify everybody. Yeah. Just like this, Lowe's. If we ever make it huge in this world, some of the stuff that we might say might come back to bite us in the butt.
Big facts.
I just think that somebody got to go out and try to find that information,
And it depends on what you're trying to do and the culture, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's funny because they did the same thing with Kyler Murray on Saturday when he won the Heisman. They went and found a
Which
tweet
was
that he said.
completely ridiculous to me.
And they were like, oh, he called somebody a fag when he was 15 in high school on the internet. Like, I mean, I don't know if we're all aware of this, but let's be understanding here. The word fag or faggot or whatever is in the hierarchy of homosexuality and the LGBTQ community. That's like the one.
Yeah.
That's the one you're not supposed to call people. It's like, don't call a black person a nigger. Don't call people kikes. Don't use whatever these loaded. Don't call.
What's the
don't
racial
call
slur
people
for white
chinks.
people that they get offended?
Dirty white trash. No, I don't think that. Trump. I don't know.
No, that's proud. They
I
don't have one.
That's
my point.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really nothing. There's probably something that you can infuriate a white person about, but it's probably not just a specific term in that way. But I'm just saying that
maybe poor.
I agree with everything
So
you said, Raj. But
here's the thing about Kyler Murray. Everything that I read about Kyler Murray, none of it said that word. It was mostly the word queer.
Oh.
And from what I understand, it used to be LGBT, and then they changed it to LGBTQ. Yeah. And so like if somebody, so it's like it's not a derogatory term. It's just a term. Like it's like black or white.
Oh no, the Q in LGBTQ don't stand for queer.
What does it stand for?
I lost it. Yeah.
Anyway, I just think if somebody, it don't matter who it is.
Because some of them are queens, drag queens and such.
Right. I just think that if somebody would say something like that on the internet, like, oh man, you so white, or oh man, you so black, and it was in context,
yeah,
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
I thought the Kyler Murray thing was a stretch. Like so the Kevin Hart stuff. I just think time. Like okay, so that's a long time ago, and those types of issues weren't kind of brought to the forefront. So they were. I bet you there's some older stand up comedies. Go look at like some Eddie Murphy comedies and stuff like that from back in the day. I remember him talking about Mike Tyson fucking you in the ass and stuff. Like I bet you they would come for him if he got on the main stage. I just think the Kyler Murray thing was stupid.
No, you're right. You can't host like the music awards or whatever. You could be the president, which is weird about our country right now. That you could be the president and be like, I'm grabbing these hoes right by they pussy. I'm grabbing them by their pussy.
Yeah.
And it's cool, and you could be the president. However, somebody else could like get a discrimination charge, and like Matt Lauer them and whomever. Marshall Faulk can't work at the NFL Network because we can't have somebody telling us about football who's talking about grabbing people by the pussy. Yeah. But you could be the president. I just think it's weird how our country is at this point where we look at certain things and it's like, you're right. It's just a weird place that we're in where you always go try to find stuff on people.
I just think it's who's at the forefront of the industry. So, with music and film, we know it's a whole bunch of homosexuals, in the hierarchy of those things. So a lot of those things with the LGBTQ, they make sure they support and they riding for them. A lot of them are in secret. A lot of them are out. But at the same time, you notice with films and all that, you can't be talking about punks and you can't say the fags and all that like that because they come at your neck behind that. So you definitely got to be careful, man. Definitely got to be careful. You got to walk a line. But then too, at the same time, why would you go back 10 years to find someone that, man, that's stupid.
I'm happy I grew up saying
the word
gay. And
I'm done.
Gay is easy. You get away with that.
I'm officially, and I'm a very small blip on what matters, but the Oscars, I'm done. Like I really wish that every single black person would just give up on the Oscars. Like just don't go. Like for real. Like a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. Now I'm like, all right, like it's too much. Like y'all met. Like just let them boys have their stuff. Like let's try to uplift the BET Awards or something. Like, but the Oscars, leave that shit alone.
Well,
I don't even want it no more.
And I think a couple of years ago you weren't doing this podcast, so I'm thinking that over like the last 2 years that. That I've helped to become a positive influence on your life that now you care about. Now you're with us.
Hey, let me ask you a question. If I got,
he with us.
Hey,
he with us.
Let me ask you a question.
Came across the aisle on us.
Hey, if I got one duck, that's a duck, right?
Go ahead.
That's one duck. If I got 1.2 ducks, that's 2 ducks, right?
No, it's Dees.
So I got a couple, huh?
Go ahead.
Right? So, like, we've been doing the podcast for a couple of years because we've been doing it for, like, 1.2 years is what I'm saying. So, like, it's a couple of years. It's just like 22 out of 24 is pretty much, if you feel what I'm saying.
But it is pretty much like... A couple, I guess, is two and a bunch of different things. Hey, but did y'all hear what Nick Cannon? We mentioned we've been talking about hoteps, and I said that David Banner is like the #1 hotep in America, but in the black community, I mean, like in the rap community.
Okay,
he's but Nick Cannon's borderline hotep too. But he came out and he went and find tweets from Amy Schumer, Sarah Silverman, and Chelsea Handler talking about when y'all gonna boycott them. Amy Schumer in 2012 said, "Enjoy Skyfall, fag. I'm about to get knee deep in Helen Hunt. # the sessions." And then Sarah Silverman in 2010 said, "I don't mean this in a hateful way, but the new Bachelorette is a faggot." And then in 2010, Chelsea Handler said, "What? This is what a fag bird looks like when he flexes." And all three of them, and I mean, Nick Cannon made that compelling argument. Did you hear that one, Raj?
Read it.
Okay, so did you read the response as to what Sarah Silverman reposted from one of her gay, I guess I'm assuming this guy's gay, her gay fan, and it's also he's a gay author, and he wrote a book called My Daughter's Army. His name's Greg Hogbin, and he explained why Sarah Silverman can say the word and not Nick Cannon. I mean, and not Kevin Hart. Do you want to hear this? Because it's great.
I want to hear it.
This is fantastic, and if you guys out there haven't heard it, great. Hey, Nick Cannon. I understand the comparison you're trying to make between Kevin Hart and these comedians, the feminine version. But as a gay guy, let me share my opinion with you. This isn't a rant, it's more of an explanation as to why I see a difference. Do you remember the first time you saw someone get punched in real life? There was no sound effect, thwack, like in the movies. The victim probably didn't do a perfect movie stuntman role. Could you feel the violence behind it? Recognize the malicious intent to inflict injury? That's what homophobia feels like to me. I can feel the violence. I can feel the malicious intent. There's been a trend of LGBT allies being accused of homophobia recently. Mostly it's jokes about Trump, Putin, the Putin relationship. Some people saw these jokes as homophobic. Some saw them as a humorous way to point out the power imbalance. I think it started with Stephen Colbert's cockholster joke. Okay? Then Chelsea Handler and Jimmy Kimmel were accused of being homophobic with the same joke. All right? The thing is, a lot of gay guys don't take offense to these comments because we didn't feel the violence or malicious intent behind it. Because we knew they were jokes. Because we knew these people were LGBT allies. In fact, I, like hundreds of thousands of gay men, have actually paid to see comedians like Joan Rivers or Lisa Lampanelli make jokes that involve gay men. And we laughed at them. Because we knew that they were jokes. We also knew the history and backgrounds of these women. They used their massive platforms to help us long before marriage equality and continue to do so. So to use your examples of Sarah Silverman, Chelsea Handler, and Amy Schumer, I can't say the same for Kevin Hart. I can't find a history of helping at-risk LGBT youth. To be honest, his tweets and his stand-up gigs saying he do anything not to have a gay son made me bristle. In short, it felt malicious. I appreciate Kevin Hart's apology and think it's great that he's evolved and grown, in quotes. But I don't think there's much of a comparison in your tweet. So while I understand your attempt to both sides the issue, I hope you can see why some gay men don't see it the same. And I just think it's interesting, the loaded language he was using in there. For instance, both sides the issue is a direct comparison to how Trump says there were bad people on both sides, Like, he's trying to say that Nick Cannon is doing like Donald Trump did when he said that there were both bad people on both sides of the Charlottesville, like racist Ku Klux Klan murder. And it's funny how, and I'm not even gonna say it, like, the LGBT, and he's not using Q, so maybe we shouldn't use Q. The LGBT community thinks about the black community because I think that that's a direct conversation to say, no, black man, you don't get it. You don't, it doesn't work for you. It works for these white women because they stepped out. I didn't hear any of these. I didn't hear him talk about, what's your girl name? Wanda Sykes. I didn't hear him saying nothing about black women.
She been gay for a minute.
But this is all white women that, okay, we didn't pay to see, so we good. I don't know, man. It struck a nerve with me a little bit. Raj, let me ask your opinions on it first, and then Los, I want to hear what you got to say.
I just go to Wanda Sykes I guess it's different to be a gay supporter and actually gay because Wanda Sykes is actually gay.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
So yeah, I'd have to give me somebody else,
like maybe Whoopi Goldberg, but we don't know who else.
Cleo. Set it off.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know,
King is gay.
I think you know what's crazy. I still don't see. I'm on the side of Kevin Hart still. Like I get dude's point. Like I mean I get his point. Like he kind of like speaking up for that community, and he's like, oh nah, these women been doing this for us, so they could say whatever they want. But I just don't. I just think that's just. I think that man just supporting his people. Like that's all. He's just like, oh yeah, she white, so I'm a supporter. Like and so I'm doing the same thing. Like so, Kevin Hart's black, so I'm gonna support him.
So my question is, if we came out and was like, and it was like this big rant, like I don't know, Jimmy Kimmel, and I don't want to use Jimmy Kimmel as an example, but let's just say Jimmy Kimmel is about to host the Oscars, and we say, oh no, Jimmy Kimmel can't because we found all these tweets of him calling people niggers, and then somebody else pulls up. Well, look at
LeBron James.
Maybe I'm not even gonna say black people, but let's just say because someone who's not in that community, like Rog just said, like it's a what's his name, Carlos Mencia, or one of these other like some Hispanic comedians and stuff, and they're like, well, they all say nigger, and y'all don't say nothing to them. And then we come back and say, well, they help the black community all the time, so it's okay for them to call us niggers and in jokes be like, these niggers are out of control.
Blah, wait a minute, he came to the Million Man March.
Yeah, like
so
he good. He can say good. He can do whatever he
Bill
wants.
Clinton can say nigga.
No, man, like you can't have it both ways. You either don't want people making them kind of jokes, or you do. And or are you okay with some people and other people? And I think there's got to be a racial.
I mean, really, if you look at it, is you like the word nigga in effect, because we're cool with some people saying nigga.
No, it's not just like the word nigga. And I want to stop you right there. And I know I talk a lot, but let me just get this point out there.
Okay.
That I don't like how, and I would love to have a homosexual black man on this podcast to explain to me if he thinks of himself as a homosexual or a black man first. Okay. Like I ask people all the time. I ask black women, do you see yourself as a woman or a black person first?
Yeah.
And they all, every time, they're going to let you know you a nigga. Mm-hmm. So you're black first. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a homosexual black man and a black man, he's going to say, I'm a black man first.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe
so
that.
I don't like when they compare the struggle. Like, so saying somebody a faggot, the same thing as saying somebody a nigga.
I agree. That's basically, but at the same time, it's basically what he's saying, though. He's saying that, listen, if you're gonna be calling me a fag, you got to be along for the ride with me, which is crazy.
No pun intended.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? Which I mean, like the point you made when he said that, when you said like, just like if somebody say the word nigga, and if they came to the Million Man March or they donated to the National Negro Fund or whatever, oh, it's cool now. Like I haven't heard Amy Schumer and them advocate for punks. Did they tweet somebody? Did somebody?
He's saying that they did.
Did they find tweets where they was like, "Hey, you know, let's I'm donating $2 million for the punk fund." Like, come on, man, fuck out of here.
Hey, you know how I feel. Like, so this how I feel. So I feel like you know, they got some homosexual people that are cool with being homosexual, and that's their life, and they living their best life, and that's cool, and I'm fine with that. But I also feel like there's some on the other spectrum that's like, man, I don't want to be homo. Like, I don't think every single homosexual person wants to be homosexual. Like, I think that some people struggle with that. So I definitely can understand from Kevin Hart's perspective, him saying, hey man, let's even say if he's being wholesome about it, I don't want my son to have to deal with that. But I think he was also saying, like, I don't want to have to deal with that. Because that's hard. Like that's hard socially. So I don't want my son to have to deal with that. That's terrible. So I don't know. Like I'm cool with that. Like I don't see anything wrong with that man saying that. Like I really don't.
Hey, I don't know no man who has a little son, like he, you know, has one with a woman the regular way, not the 2018 way where you can inject and all that extra stuff. Like you busting a lady.
I mean, it's all the same thing.
Kinda no, but it's not. You
but it is.
It's not. You busting a chick, and then you be like, man, I hope this nigga gay. Ooh, I hope my son gay. I don't know nobody who does that.
Well, that's a difference though, man. Look, I'm thinking.
But I'm saying it's okay if you don't want your son to be gay. That don't mean you don't like
okay.
gay people.
And I think that, I guess more than anything, what we're saying is that Kevin Hart is a comedian.
Yes.
And in the deepest, darkest regions of your mind, you might feel that way. And only comedians are allowed to have that carte blanche to be able to say things like that out loud. And as a society, we should allow them to get away with it if they're comedians.
So we cool with a comedian saying the word nigga on stage, white boy?
No, because homeboy Kramer already tried that one.
Yeah.
If
it's tough. That's a tough.
Yeah, but if we're gonna say comedians are allowed to say anything, if he has a good,
so you're saying that
joke,
Kevin Hart shouldn't say any of that?
I'm asking the question. I'm cool with it.
But you're not cool with the white comedian saying
no,
nigga.
I don't like it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But Kevin Hart didn't say any. Kevin Hart in his stand up didn't say anything derogatory. He didn't say any hot button words.
No, he
said gay.
Oh, he said gay. Okay, I got you. But he said if my son was gay, then it could. But it ain't about the word. It's about the connotation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if my son gay,
well, so
I'm
that's
hit him over the head.
Yeah.
But he not Kevin Hart not about to really hit his son. He not about to really hit his son over the head with the thing.
That's not even the point. It's just the point of kind of that. And I get it. I get what both of y'all are saying. It's a lot of issues regarding that. I think Rog, you encapsulated it better than either one of us when you said there's a struggle there that those people have to go through, and then they probably still working some of those things out. Because let's just say in reality, we've been black. We always gonna be black. Everybody know we black. They gonna put us. We can't pretend like we're not black. We can't be in the closet black. We black. And so we've been having to deal with those issues that come with being black
on a
forever.
daily basis. Yeah.
But homosexual people is more of a newer phenomenon of them being out of the closet in a bigger part of society where they can get married and different things, and it's mainstream, and you can be a homosexual individual and it's fine. Like, so now there becomes like, it's like, no, it's supposed to be fine. Why are y'all making jokes about this? So I can see why there's a lot of things going on.
I mean, just because it's fine don't mean you can't make a joke though. A joke is a joke.
So let me ask y'all something real quick. Y'all was talking about Tyler the Creator and Jaden Smith. Y'all was talking about this off air, and it's like, so say they dating. Do y'all think they trolling?
I don't know.
That's the question. That's the $1 million question.
I think they trolling too. But is that, if they are, is that like homophobic? Are they being like, should we be coming at them for being like, why y'all making fun of gay relationships when y'all not gay?
Why y'all trying to profit off of gay relationships?
Yeah. And I wonder what Will Smith gonna come out and say about that when they start coming for his son. Cause they will start coming for your son, Will Smith.
I'm surprised they haven't yet though.
Will Smith, I don't know if that's really his son though. Like Will Smith don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's
like
really
Will
Will Smith's
just
son.
Like Will, dog.
No, okay, all right, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I think legitimately that's Will Smith's son.
Okay,
but that man kind of stay away from like Jaden and Will are two completely different people.
Yeah,
so I think Will Smith is okay with whatever happens to his son. If they come in on his son face, coming for his son neck, he'll be perfectly fine with it. Like because that's Jaden Smith and he's old now. They're not saving the earth no.
He did used to have Willow taking pictures in the bed with dudes when she was like 14.
Yeah, it was wild.
With like 19-year-old dudes laying in the bed with their clothes off and stuff. So it's like there's some different types.
I was about to say he grew up in Philly. His son grew up in Hollywood. So
Hollywood weird.
We don't know.
He wear dresses and dressed like Batman to go play.
Before the Young Thug and them, anybody was doing it. And he be chilling. Like, he don't care.
I be standing for Jaden Smith and saying that he a really good rapper, but at the same time,
why you can't?
He might be he might be trolling gay people, which might be offensive.
But from what I read, from what I was reading in some of Tyler the Creator's lyrics, he has said things like,
"I've been kissing white boys.
I've been kissing white boys and stuff." So, you know. I mean, I don't know. I just think that them boys weird like that, and and that's them boys, you know. Like I think maybe they are trolling, maybe they not, you know. But like they weird, like they like that, like that's what they do.
Yeah.
If they not trolling, then they just like they, that's them boys like that. It doesn't surprise me.
So I mean, it's and I agree with that, man. And look. I know since we moving along, man, I would go in depth about them, but I think Jaden Smith's weird, and I think that story's gonna play out more, and we'll figure more about it. We talked a little bit about sexuality issues, and then we talked a little bit about its intersection with race. Another race story this week that we definitely want to talk to before we get to the favorite one that we've been wanting to talk about this whole podcast is that Columbia student. His name's Julian Von Abel, and he basically was having a rant. Small thing you may or may not have heard of it. Look up the video.
We built the modern world. We built the modern world. Europeans.
European.
Built the modern
Are
world.
you European?
We invented science and industry. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad. We invented the modern world.
I feel you. You're so dumb.
We invented the modern world.
You fucking degenerate.
We saved billions of people from starvation.
Are you joking me?
We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world. We are so amazing, and I love myself, and I love white people.
Say that one more
Fuck
time.
yeah, white
Say
people.
it right here.
Fuck yeah, white men. We're white men. We did everything. Look, I don't hate other people. I just love white men. I just love white men.
Saying white people are the best thing that's happened to the world. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because OMG, we're so bad, we're white. Raj, you watched the video.
I did.
I had a way different thought than I thought I was gonna have when I watched it. What was your thought when your first thing that popped in your head when you watched it?
My thought was it just like I thought Columbia. I don't know. I guess I always thought like these Ivy League schools that like people are like kind of super woke over there. Like they got like
liberal
real cool,
institutions.
Yeah, just like real cool. You know, like they teach you like what really happened on Columbus Day and all of this stuff. You know, like that's kind of what I thought. And I'm like, this dude must have. He's a sophomore. So I'm like, this dude must still be like banking on what they taught him in high school and elementary school, because like everything that he was saying was just like completely false, from what I understand. That's just what I was like. This dude is very uninformed.
You know what I thought? I thought he's from New Iberia and he went to T.M. Landry High School, and they wrote that boy a fire ass letter.
and that's how he got to Columbia.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's how he got to Columbia.
And he light skinned. He really look light skinned.
He a Frenchie.
And he don't know nothing. And that's why he said that.
That's the first thing I thought when I heard that shit. That boy with the T.M. Landry Academy in New Iberia, Louisiana. That's the first thing I thought when I heard that, and that was all I thought about.
Stop it. Honestly, this is what I thought.
With your dumb ass.
Honestly, first thing that came to my mind was white men gotta feel some type of way. And I'm not in any kind of mental or any kind of life space where I feel the plight of the white man who feels like this country is being taken away from him. Because fuck y'all. Y'all came over here and y'all enslaved Africans and y'all poisoned Native Americans and y'all stole their land, and all white men have done for ages or try to conquer things, and when they can't get their way, they throw tantrums, and they set up laws to enslave, to keep people in prison, to they gerrymander, they do other shit to make sure that you could continue to vote in such certain ways so they could continue to be in power. They empower their friends. They get racist police force, they shoot us, they kill us. So I'm not in a place where I'm like, yeah, white man, I feel sorry for you. But I understand probably from their standpoint, stop coming at white men like we the worst thing ever. If I'm a Reggie little white dude who ain't never really, like, if I ain't been racist to nobody and I ain't did nothing, why you keep acting like white men are so bad?
We don't know yet.
And I was listening to him and he was like, white people are the best thing that happened to the world. That's bad. But his other point, he says that, OMG, we're so bad. When he finished with that, it kind of made me feel like, damn, what if everywhere we went, it was like, man, you a black man, so you got privilege and blah, 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 and you blah, blah, blah. And I can understand why they might have some kickback.
But we took people, we invented science, we took people out of poverty.
But he's fucking lying, because that's not facts. Right,
that's not true. Like, so that's what. So you hinging on the last thing he said was, "Oh, we're so bad." But like, I'm talking about the meat. Like everything that he was saying was.
But you can tell he was drunk though.
Stupid.
You can tell he was drunk as fuck.
So what? I ain't never said, man, niggas, man, we out here, man, we the best thing to the world, man. We got these big long lemons, man.
I definitely said that. I've definitely been drunk.
I've never been out.
I've been sober and said that. Yeah, that black people is the shit, and we the king of the earth. And
being black is kind of lit.
Black dangerous though. It's dangerous, but it's lit. We black is shout out. This podcast is brought to you by our ancestors with them big, long, black African layman lives that they was living.
That's why they mad at us for real.
This podcast brought to you by our tribe that probably wouldn't know us if we went back. But no, I was just thinking that, hey man, he might have a little bit of point about OMG, we're so bad. All the rest of that shit sounds ridiculous.
I mean,
that's what I thought.
Which one would you want though? You want to be like some people when you get in the elevator clutching your purse or racial profile, you can't drive, or people just saying, hey, you got it good all the time.
Yeah.
I would much rather people tell me I got it good.
Yeah. Like they said, like who was it? Chris Rock said you wouldn't trade places with me and I'm rich.
Yeah.
Hey, I had that same conversation that kind of you alluding to right now with this podcast is brought to you by Heavy D. I had that conversation with him. So I do feel bad. This is the situation I would feel bad for like somebody like him in. If there's a hotep that's just don't care what your beliefs are or anything like that, that just views you a certain way without knowing your character.
Yeah.
And knowing my dog Heavy D's character and just come for his neck, that's when I would feel bad for somebody, you know what I'm saying, for just white men.
Yeah.
I would feel bad for that. Or if somebody came at CNH like that, like I would feel bad.
There is a version of that story where before the camera started rolling, they was trolling the shit out of him and going hard on him, and it was all minority people, and he was the only white boy there, and he just like flashed back and tried to say some stuff to sound like he was defending his people. There is a version of that story that could have went down like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of thinking about it in the same way as like...
I feel like you got to take it.
Yeah, but I feel like in 2018, how it's like everybody, like we just talked about with Kevin Hart, they going to find something on everybody, so maybe they finding something on him. I don't know, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. You know, honestly, like I said, I don't believe anything he's saying. I'm not with him, his cause, but you know, playing devil's advocate right there. So
I think that man got to take it. That man got to take that. Or like I just wish somebody would have just caught him. Like I wish the mic would have dropped, or the phone, the camera would have dropped, and somebody just caught him and said, "Man, shut up! You're talking too much."
You talk too much. Yeah, you're right. He should have just taken it, but he didn't. Let's get to I want to talk. I mean, I know we late in it, but this is what we've been wanting to talk about.
Boy.
Play the clip for me right quick.
What's good, y'all? What's good? I know I got a pimple on my chin. I'm gonna bust that bitch later. But I just want to let everybody know that I'm the king of R&B right now. For this generation. I understand who done came and who done did that and that and that. But now it's my turn. Jacquees, the king of R&B. I just heard him say it, and I've been feeling like that. ATL, let's get it. I'm the new king of R&B.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm the king for this generation. You heard me? I'm the king. I'm a king of R&B. Fuck it, I said it.
He's the new king of R&B. Jacquees. You know what I noticed when I went on his page? He got 3.6 million followers. I was like, damn, that's a lot more than I thought Jacquees had.
I definitely didn't think he had that many people following him.
Why have so many people been like, I don't know what Jacquees sings? Are you one of those people?
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying.
No, I know what Jacquees sings.
I definitely know what his songs is. The one song I really like has been on a bunch of mixes.
I met her at the club. That's the only one. That's the only one that I really know.
No, the bed one, cut.
What?
Bed.
How is that one? What is that one?
I'm not about to sing.
Oh, the bed one. Nah, but I like that Meta at the Club one.
That Meta in the Club jam too.
Just show me love.
Yeah. Shawty, show me love.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, but that I can't sing the bed one right now. I'm just not gonna do it. But go look up Jacquees' Bed and you're gonna be like, oh, he made that. Yeah, he could sing. I just think it was funny. People was coming for him. They said the king of R&B must have stood for Raisin and Bran. Niggas say Raisin and Bran.
He got to relax.
Ribs and biscuits. I saw all kind of foolishness, like it must mean something else. They was coming for him. The people who came for him, I don't know if y'all saw that. This Eric Bellinger dude, he a singer. He said that Usher is really the king of R&B. Tyrese came out and told him to chill and said, go make good music. Chris Brown and Trey Songz are the king of R&B. And he was saying he the new king of R&B, obviously. Tank said that R. Kelly is the king. And then a bunch of people was like, no, Tank, you the king. Jay Holiday. I don't know if y'all, did y'all see the Jay Holiday? Rog, you saw the Jay Holiday?
Nah, bed?
No.
You talking about the bed song?
Jay Holiday. Tell it. Jay Holiday said.
So Jay Holiday was out somewhere trying to make the video and flex, right? Flexing on
on Jacquees.
On Jacquees, right?
Jacquees.
Jacquees. He flexed on Jacquees, right? On the video.
He like
And,
the number one. One is from
somebody has
sold
made
20
this.
million. Sold 20 million.
They first album or something like that. Then somebody say, "Hey, you the valet?"
There's 3 kings of R&B. The first one sold 20 million on his first album. I'm not valet, baby. Not with a Gucci jacket on. I'm not valet, baby.
He said, "I'm not the valet. Not with this Gucci jacket on,
baby. There's no way I can be the valet with Gucci." And she was like, "Oh, I ain't know. You can't look like the valet."
Why would he post that? Why didn't he start the video again?
But it had to be live.
Oh,
There's no way they went live.
He said, "There's like, is you the valet? No, I'm not the valet. Not with this Gucci jacket on."
She said, "Oh."
He looks so basic too. But he was basically talking about Michael Jackson. Then he said R. Kelly and Chris Brown. So that was the 3 people that
he tried to kind of
Jay
halfway
Holiday
insert himself.
And then and he was like, in number 4 and 5 is me and my homeboy.
Yeah,
and it was like
relax.
him and the most nondescript person we don't know at all.
You got to relax, boy.
So,
bro, there's so many. You talk about R&B, like you got. I think you got to go to like the new school if we even talking about.
Because we only talking about new school. We talking about new school.
If we, yeah, bro, like everything that Chris Brown touched is like, you know.
Well, listen, for shits and giggles, I thought Jakeem was from. Jaquise. I'm sorry. We're gonna keep confusing him too. But Jaquise, I thought he was from Louisiana because he was on Cash Money.
He not?
Nah, he from Atlanta.
No.
He from Atlanta. And I just thought that's another L for Atlanta. And Atlanta stay taking L's, and I just was like, that's another L for Atlanta.
But do they though?
They take LGBTQ.
Not in the music industry. They don't take L's in the music industry.
No, they take L's in like just as a city.
They take LGBT.
What's wrong with Los? Wow. What's wrong with Los? Who originally invited Los to be on the podcast?
You.
Who made you?
Yeah, who made you like this? So I definitely
thought
thought
to tear this Los down and build another one.
when I realized that he was from Atlanta, I thought, well then shit, the king of R&B has to be August Alsina or Lloyd because I'm with everything Louisiana. We've had this discussion.
Yeah. Saints.
Yeah. Pelicans.
Yeah.
Lil Boosie, Lil Webby.
Lil Wayne. Soldier Slim. R.I.P.
Hey, them boys not even straight up. Them boys not even the hottest in the city no more. The hottest in the city right now is my dog Chopper Style.
Oh, you saw you with them Saints, huh?
Chopper Style about to be the
Young Greatness.
Straight up.
Yeah, R.I.P. Young Greatness.
BG. Free BG.
NBA Young Boy.
Bro, you know what's crazy? They got a couple of rappers that done died in 2018 that I have never heard any of their songs.
Like Mac Miller, that I had never heard any of his songs.
Mac Miller for you.
Yeah.
But I've never heard a Young Greatness song in my life.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I've been feeling hustle just to make that moolah.
Yeah.
Then call
that's
my
Young
change
Greatness?
up and go see the jeweler. Get him out, whipping that work. You heard that song.
I didn't know that was Young Greatness.
Okay, well, now we know.
Okay, well, now I know.
And you know Young Greatness was Alvin Kamara homeboy, huh?
I didn't know
Pictures. Well, Young Greatness was signed with Coach K them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know Coach K is Alvin Kamara's uncle. With Quality Street Music.
You
y'all didn't know that was his uncle?
I didn't know that was on.
That's his uncle
that.
and
I didn't
his
even
manager.
know Coach K
Like his dad is
existed.
His
I thought you was going to say, with Duke.
No, Coach. Okay, so Coach K, and then they got the other one. What's the other dude's name? P.
Yeah,
that's the one who with Lyra Galore right now, with Rick Ross old chick. I've been seeing it. Yeah, I've been seeing it all online.
Where's P? Coach K and P.
So they over quality control. They got Migos and what's
Cardi B. They got
what's your boy name?
Yachty.
Lil Yachty. The Lil
Baby.
All of them is, but that's Coach K is
City
Alvin
Girls.
Kamara uncle.
Like he's real like blood.
I'm assuming he been with Kamara since he was with Kamara at the
like
draft.
his name is Coach Kamara.
Coach Kamara. Coach Kamara.
I'm struggling to figure out why y'all boys didn't put two and two together by now.
I'm not allowing it to be Coach Kamara. Oh my God!
Please let it be Coach Kamara.
Oh,
hold on.
Quality. That's
straight
funny.
up though. Look, so to get back to the story, who is y'all boys?
We gotta see what
King of R&B. I want to know who y'all boys.
What his name is. No, his name is.
I'm looking. I've already started.
Kelvin Lee. Kelvin Lee Kamara. No, okay, no, I'm messing with you.
That'd be cool.
But so yeah. Anyway, we got off a little bit. Who really is the right now king of R&B?
I'm going with Chris Brown.
I think that Tyrese
Chris Brown
was right
gonna live
on
for a long time.
I think Tyrese, what do you want from me?
He gotta relax with that.
No, but I think Tyrese is right. I think it's Chris Brown, and I think it's Trey Songz.
Yeah.
However, I think they're two different veins. I think Chris Brown is the king of like what did they used to call Michael Jackson?
Pop.
The king of pop. They used to call Michael Jackson the king of pop. So I think Chris Brown is the king of pop now. If the king of R&B is a lineage that's been passed down through,
we're gonna figure
pretty
about
much
Neo?
everybody.
What about Neo?
Everybody's saying R. Kelly was it at one point.
Yeah.
And if it's R. Kelly and we're passing down a natural like lineage of who's the
hierarchy
next
from-
one, like if it went from Jordan to Kobe to LeBron, it definitely went. It's definitely Trey Songz though. Trey Songz is the one. He's
that's
a
all he
penny
do is
dropper.
sing to the women,
This
yeah.
one here's a penny dropper.
Yeah.
I could have hit that penny dropper better. Penny dropper.
So you going Chris Brown? You going Chris Brown? But you know they.
I'm not going Chris
what's the
Brown. I think
Weeknd?
it's too. I think Trey Songz is the king of R&B.
You going Trey Songz? But what about the Weeknd?
Ooh, but
Weeknd. Oh, he alright.
The Weeknd over Trey Songz for sure.
No, I don't think the Weeknd makes too much diverse music. I don't think it's more. I don't think it's like baby maker music, and I think that's what R&B is all about.
I think when you're the king of R&B, women gotta be getting in line to give you some pussy.
I think it got something to do with that sex appeal too.
And
like you're right.
Nobody's getting in line to give the Weeknd
Like
no
Mike,
pussy.
like what's his name was in that group? They said Bobby Brown was in that group.
Yeah.
You got to make them old sensual hits. The Weeknd not making those songs.
And women gotta want to fuck you on for no
So
reason.
okay, all right, okay. I get what. So it's more than just the music.
I think it definitely has to be. Because when you talk R. Kelly, we're not talking R. Kelly peeing on people. We're not talking about R. Kelly like making church music and TP2 and TP. We talking about put this key in your ignition.
We talking about 12 play.
Yeah.
Just Trey Songz seemed like a long time ago.
He do.
A long time ago now, it's like 2 years, bro. He done dropped in the last 2 years.
I guess Invented Sex and all of that wasn't like last weekend. You're right. It might have been about 4 or 5 years. So I guess.
And I definitely think that Usher right now is more relevant than Trey Songz. So if we're going king of R&B, I'm going Usher because he got the sex.
But what is Usher made relevant that recently that you've been on?
Come on now. Confessions?
No, that's no,
I'm
recently.
just saying.
Yeah, okay. Like Moving Mountains and Confessions and shit was like 01, 02.
Usher made something recently. We forgetting about what Usher made recently. But Usher, I know give us a song every week. Usher got a song out.
So could Drake literally be the king of R&B?
On the slip.
Is it possible?
My vote officially goes to Drake. Drake is the king of R&B and the king of pop and the king of music. Drake is the king of music.
Music. Yeah, you're right. It might be Drake.
Wow.
I didn't
even look at it like that. You might be
now that we
I forgot about Drake.
Motherfuckers act like they forgot about Drake. I don't know, man. You say he could sing, man, but I don't know about that, man. You said Usher favorite? I mean, not Usher. I think R. Kelly was it not because of TP2, but more so because of 12 play. Mm-hmm. Now cue up that music for Nothing Nice to say.
You know they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say with Aldo NICE.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So I read an article in Undefeated the other day. I don't know if y'all read that, but it's like the Black People website by ESPN. It be having articles about HBCU football, Steph Curry's family and stuff, and black stuff like that. But the article I read was about the one time that Michael Jordan wore some kicks that weren't J's in the NBA basketball game. Do either of y'all cats know what shoe he wore besides some Jordans?
No.
No? Neither one of you?
I don't.
Okay. Well, in Game 3 of the 1995 NBA Finals, Mike wore the Air Flight 1s. That's them original pennies. Against the Magic. Mike dropped 40 points, but the Bulls lost and went on to lose the series. Funny how MJ diehards never mentioned that he didn't win a title that year, but that's not the point. Mike stripped off the number 1 logo on the back of them things and wore an all-black colorway of his competition signature shoe in the game. And you'll never guess which J's he had out at the time and chose not to wear. Yep. It was 2 games after he debuted the Jordan 11 white and black Concords. Didn't see that one coming, huh? Them Concords. Objectively speaking, these shoes are the best kicks to ever come out if you think about it. Michael Thomas be wearing them all the time for the Saints. I saw Andre Ward boxing in them things, and C.C. Sabathia has worn them multiple times when he pitches for the Yankees. Side note, I think that it's cool when you wear basketball shoes, it's cleats, and they got a whole secondary market for stuff like that to transform any kind of cleat. Sites like customcleats.com if you're wondering. But back to my point. Mike said he wasn't wearing them patent leather J's because he chose to rock some pennies. Shocking. You know what's more shocking than that? Them Concords came out in 1995.
That long ago?
That's 24 years ago. And guess what Mike did last weekend? He dropped them bitches again. And guess what y'all niggas did? Y'all bought them bitches again. Man, I've been in the Best Friend Weekend merch game for a little over a year, and I'm envious. I want to be able to drop the same dad cap or beanie every couple months and have y'all waiting online or lining up outside the store to buy them shits again. If you think about it, it's kind of ridiculous. And I want to cast judgment and talk shit about everyone who spends all their money on shoes, especially shoes they already have or already have on. I want to have nothing nice to say about them and let boys know they clowns for letting MJ and Nike get over on them year after year after year. I want to do all that, but I won't. Because I'm in the culture and I understand. I understand that I punch the clock every day when I go to work and I can do whatever the fuck I want with my bread. I understand that having them new J's is a real status symbol in the urban community. I understand that every re-release of retros is a nostalgic trip down memory lane that reminds us of our youth and maybe to a time when our parents couldn't afford or wouldn't buy us them $100 sneakers. I understand that chicks buy the same hair over and over again and don't get talked about for letting the bundles distributor resell them the same shit every few months. I understand that the Beehive go to the same Beyonce concert and give her that same $200 every time she come to town, and there's no way they could wear them tickets on their feet and get compliments. I understand that the woke cats, them hoteps who don't buy J's, don't buy much of shit because they don't have no money, and if they buy anything, it's conspiracy theories that make them niggas sound dumb when they talk to intelligent niggas like myself. I understand a lot of things, but I'll stop right there. Because I ain't got nothing nice to say about anybody who talk down on sneakerheads while they walking around in New Balance, Converse, or Saucony's. So I won't say nothing at all. Man, I wish they had black people had like them bots. Because anytime you like look at those sneaker distributors and stuff like that, it's always some little 12-year-old white boys who like looked at as like some what do they call them? Like some marketing and like business geniuses because they buy all of these shoes and resell them. That's why is never black people involved? I mean, it is, but why is it always little young white boys who kind of like?
Because they got the money to go buy a buku pair of shoes up front and then go slang them.
Is that what it is?
And your mama let you
No. I think that them little white dudes, their daddy is in Silicon Valley somewhere and they know how to build bots.
Maybe there's some little computer engineering dudes who got the bots, but you still gotta have the money with the bots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you buy one pair, So I bought a pair of shoes for $180 retail and sold them for $1,050. So if I buy one pair at $180 and then sell one for $1,000, then next time I could buy whatever the math is. I don't even know what the math is.
I guess you. I mean,
is it 8 of them?
I guess if we
I could buy 8 of them next time.
I guess if we was in high school and we had that business strategy, we could do that. Because you don't blow no money when you're in high school.
No, all it would take is 3 releases, and then I got $20,000 to buy shoes, and then now I'm a
$20,000.
I don't know. I'm just saying after 2 releases, I got 8.
Okay.
I got 8,000 after 2 releases if I sell the shoes for the same profit margin that I sold those shoes.
I get what you're saying. So if you bought like one for $180 and then you were able to sell it for $1,000, and then you were able to buy 5 pairs for the whatever, then sell them each at $1,000.
But you still gotta have a plug because you can't go in the shoe store and buy.
That's the big.
It's not about the plug. The bot is your plug.
Okay.
You the plug.
If you got the bot. I think one of my actually my boss was telling me this one day about how her son one time built a bot to do something stupid, something real basic and stupid that college kids was playing around with and doing. And I was like, damn, why haven't I figured out how to get a bot to do that? Because it's weird because bots aren't just macros. It's got to be something else they got going on. It can't be just a macro that you press a button on your computer and it automatically does a series of commands. It has to be something else a little bit more involved going on. Otherwise, everybody would do it.
Because they have something. They have the little sign for the bots now too. Like pick out this car.
You gotta actually, you
you
almost gotta build a software. Like not like you said, not just a macro, not just a series of events that happen that just puts a 9 in. And you gotta build the software to be able to do that too. Like, because there's no software to do that.
Yeah. To be
Otherwise, you're gonna pay for it. You might as well just pay for the bot.
Yeah, it's like something has to automatically be importing your information. But my thing would be that, yeah, you probably have to look for something that once it gets inside of the portal and it's accepted, it either continues to do it or it doesn't do it anymore. And you have to be familiar with what the company's website looks like and how that website looks.
How
it could be done.
The whole thing works.
It could be done. Everything. It could be done. Before we get out of here,
well,
I definitely
it has been done.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about by me, right? I'm talking about I can maybe figure that thing out. No, another thing I definitely wanted to say, just real quick. Do y'all guys think that the Miami Vice basketball jerseys are the best jerseys in the history of sports? I want y'all to think about that for a second.
The best jerseys
in the history,
in any sport,
no,
in any team that's ever played,
no.
The Miami Heat basketball,
the
Vice jerseys,
they nice,
are the best jerseys to ever come. Those things, I think they might be the best ever.
Nope, they ain't fucking.
I might have to agree with you on that.
Like I was thinking of Oregon Fire colorways they might have had in football, or like.
Oregon had something to kill them.
No,
nice,
I just don't. I don't think so. I don't think nobody's ever like that's the livest thing. Because I just noticed the NBA's
honestly,
dropping. Go ahead.
That's a great jersey. I think so. Like I think NBA jerseys are gonna be where I'm going with this. So like I'm cutting out. I don't know much about hockey jerseys.
They do have some dope hockey jerseys, but nothing.
They got some real dope hockey jerseys, but I can't fit hockey jerseys, so I'm out.
Baseball's not gonna have.
But so So yeah, baseball not gonna have that much. Even though I'm a big fan of the Dodgers jerseys, but anyway, I'm going those Miami Vice jerseys. I really like that that first Vancouver Grizzlies jersey. That's one of my favorites.
Okay,
And the Nuggets rainbow jersey.
The Nugget rainbow jersey was dope. That's one that was one of my top 5 in my head. Definitely. But
the Miami Heat, to say like as far as we talking about the new King of R&B. The Miami Heat Vice that's up there.
Cutting rebound. The new Kings of rebounds and blocks. Cutting that's them boys. Cutting that's them things.
Y'all ain't no black man. Y'all supposed to say the big baller jersey was the most fighting jersey.
Hey, 2 weeks till we dropping out with top 10 in 2018. I already know y'all out there probably already kind of thinking y'all know who we're going to get. It's going to be an interesting episode. Who knows who we're going to have. We're going to probably have a guest on for that episode, a guest or two. We'll see what's happening with that one. But we got 2 weeks to the top 10. The beanies are online. Make sure you hop there. We're going
super fire.
We're going to give you some new. We got some new work coming for you real soon. So always be on the lookout for new drops because you never know.
You never know,
shorty. When we
hey, go check out that Blackbuster video.
Yeah,
go
man.
Check us out.
And stop keeping your children away from their daddy, Sierra.
Your trifling ass.
Trying to perform at halftime on Monday Night Football. It was supposed to be regional. They said each game is somebody regional. Remember when the Saints played? Who'd they have? Lil Wayne, because he's from New Orleans. When someone else played, it was like, oh, Miami, oh, we're gonna put Pitbull or whoever on it.
Because your husband.
Seattle, we got Sierra.
Because your husband light skin and short.
Word? Won't you take care of them kids instead of trying to take my man Future to court?
Should have kept your goodies to yourself.
Not my goodies.
Now pump it up.
But you know all her songs, but you don't know no Jackie. She the king of R&B. I heard somebody say Beyonce was the king of R&B, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Wow.